Ladies and gentlemen of Steeler Nation, we did it. We actually pulled off the win. And the Steelers have all but punched their ticket to the 2021 NFL playoffs. Now, I'm currently watching the Raiders-Chargers game, and that game is all but over. But it was a weird scenario. Like, all they have to do is just not tie. And if they tie, they're both in. Which would have been a very, very petty ending if both of them just agreed to tie just so they can get in. But Roger Goodell's not having that. But on to the game. The game between the Steelers and the Ravens was a hard fought one as always. And the thing is, in every single game almost for the past 4 or 5 years or so, it always comes down to the last fourth quarter score. 6 points or less, a touchdown or field goal, it always comes down to that. And I don't know why, but they always give me a heart attack every time they go into overtime, seeing as how their overtime percentage of win has not really been the greatest over the few years. But I digress on that. It's safe to say that the Steelers missed Juju Smith-Schuster this year because he's been out with that shoulder injury. But a lot of the top receivers have stepped up, especially Ray-Ray McCloud. Ray-Ray McCloud deserved the game ball for this one because he's the unsung hero because James Washington has been inconsistent. Deontay Johnson has pretty much been the number one target. Chase Claypool, he has kind of had a sophomore slump. But shout out to Deontay Johnson and Ray-Ray McCloud for stepping up with Juju's absence. TJ Watt, don't even need to say it. The man's actions speak for himself. Defensive player of the year. Book it. Anything else is a travesty. I know one thing. They better not rob him of the defensive player of the year. He 100% deserves it. And a lot of people would say that he actually broke Michael Strahan's record. You could debate on that. Well, it basically all depends on how you call that strip sack / strip fumble. But yes, definitely deserves it. And last but not least, the old cowboy himself, Benjamin Todd Roethlisberger Sr. You had a storied career, and looks like this game isn't going to be your last ride. Looks like you are going to punch your ticket to the playoffs. Maybe, hopefully, you can rally one last ride to get that 7th Super Bowl championship for the Steelers. A lot of people would argue that the Steelers don't belong in the playoffs, and there's a good chance that we can get slaughtered. I'll be honest, our chances don't really look the best. But hey, they don't say any given Sunday for nothing. But man, guys, what a year. I mean, we barely got in, but I'm happy that my boys made it. Now, opportunities like this don't come along very, very often. Let's do something with it. Let's get this next playoff win. Go Steelers.